Baton Rouge, and welcome to the 2024 Love Heals Health Clinic. Since 2018, the city has been a proud supporter aiming to provide direct services and health literacy to our citizens. We believe in empowering you to make informed decisions about your health. Together as a community, we're working hard to address the social determinants of health and create systems that work for everyone in our city. As you use the services here, I encourage you to continue your health journey at this clinic. Baton Rouge has a range of resources to address your health needs, from healthcare facilities to community programs and educational resources. The support you need is available right here in our city. A special thank you to the Love Heals Clinic organizers, Donna Collins Lewis and Dr. Nicole Thomas, for their tireless efforts and for the unwavering support of our healthcare providers. Your dedication is crucial to the clinic's success, and we're truly grateful for your commitment. Let's make our health a priority, ensuring that every community member has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you for being a part of this journey towards a healthier Baton Rouge.
Hello, my name is Krista Smith. I currently serve as the Director of Employee Health for Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System. Today, I'd like to talk to you about COVID-19 and the impact on our community. The African American community has been disproportionately challenged during and since the pandemic. Factors such as socioeconomic disparities, limited access to healthcare, and underlying conditions has left our community more vulnerable to severe outcomes from COVID-19. But let's talk about our current state of affairs. We know that vaccinations continue to be the most crucial tool in helping to prevent the spread of the virus. In Baton Rouge, priority has been put on strategically placing vaccination centers to serve diverse communities. Vaccine hesitancy, however, continues to be a concern for our community. This is mostly because of skepticism and misinformation, but we have to do our part to dispel that. Vaccinating individuals is an important part of the fight, but that's not all. When we all get vaccinated, we help to spread a wide net of vaccination, which helps to decrease transmission rates for the entire community. So let's do our part. Let's encourage our friends, our families, and our neighbors to be vaccinated. The best way that we can do that is to help share information that's accurate and dispel myths. Remember, today the vaccination is one shot to be fully vaccinated with the most updated, reformulated vaccine.
Your health is personal, and we believe your health care should be too. At Louisiana Healthcare Connections, we see you, we hear you, and we help you every single day. That's because wherever you are in life, your health is our purpose. With support that's friendly and knowledgeable, we're Medicaid for you. So make sure you have Louisiana Healthcare Connections as your health plan and get Medicaid made personal.
Hello, my name is Dr. Garland Green, and I'm an interventional cardiologist here in Baton Rouge, and I work for Cardiovascular Institute of the South. It is my pleasure to work with the Baton Rouge Free Clinic that aids the members of this community in providing free health care to those who need it. I'm going to be honored to work with the Free Clinic again this year, and my focus today of our discussion is hypertension. Hypertension, or as is commonly known, high blood pressure, affects millions of Americans each year. It is one of the leading causes of morbidity and mortality that we see. However, it's often not paid attention to as much because it's not felt until you have very deleterious outcomes. And those outcomes can be things like stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, amputations, things that none of us really want to experience. It is so important that if you get diagnosed with hypertension, that you make a special effort to control your blood pressure. That will include things like, first of all, knowing your numbers. Know what normal blood pressure is and what it should be. Check your blood pressure routinely. Make sure you follow with your physician as often as necessary to keep that blood pressure controlled. You need to take your medications as prescribed. And also, you can help yourself by reducing the sodium intake in your diet and also getting regular exercise. Remember, hypertension is a very dangerous disease that can sneak up on you, and it's known as the silent killer because that's what it does. It's doing damage to you on the inside that you can't always see until you get those horrible symptoms I spoke about earlier. Remember, having a headache alone or something like that is not necessarily indicative of high blood pressure. You get much more significant symptoms like the ones I described earlier. So please take this disease very seriously and make sure that you know your numbers, follow up with your physician, and take your medications. Thank you for your attention.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glennis Gray, and I'm the Vice President of Chi Phi Sorority Incorporated, a professional nursing organization. Today, I'm here to give you an update on RSV. RSV is a common respiratory virus that usually causes mild cold-like symptoms. Most people recover in a week or two, but RSV can be serious. Infants and toddlers and adults are more likely to develop severe RSV and need hospitalization. If you are over age 60, a vaccine is available to protect you from severe RSV. Talk to your healthcare provider to see if it's right for you. If you're pregnant, you can get RSV vaccine between 32 and 36 weeks of pregnancy to protect your infant after birth, or a preventive antibody can be given to your baby after birth. People infected with RSV usually show symptoms within 4 to 6 days after getting infected. Symptoms of RSV infection usually include runny nose, decrease in appetite, coughing, sneezing, fever, and wheezing. These symptoms usually appear in stages and not all at once. In very young infants with RSV, the only symptoms may be irritability, decreased activity, and breathing difficulties. Almost all children will have had an RSV infection by their second birthday. Call your healthcare professional if you or your child is having difficulty breathing, not drinking enough fluids, or experiencing worsening symptoms. RSV can spread when an infected person coughs or sneezes, you get virus droplets from a cough or sneeze in your eyes, nose, or mouth, you have direct contact with the virus like kissing the face of a child with RSV, you touch a surface that has the virus on it like a doorknob, and then touch your face before washing your hands. People are typically infected with RSV for the first time as an infant or toddler, and nearly all children are infected before their second birthday. However, repeat infections may occur throughout life, and people of any age can be infected. Infants, young children, and older adults are at increased risk of severe RSV. People infected with RSV are usually contagious for 3 to 8 days and may become contagious a day or two before they start showing signs of illness. However, some infants and people with weakened immune systems can continue to spread the virus even after they stop showing symptoms for as long as 4 weeks. Children are often exposed to and infected with RSV outside the home, such as in school or child care centers. They can transmit the virus to other members of the family. RSV can survive for many hours on hard surfaces such as tables and crib rails. It typically lives on soft surfaces such as tissues and hands for shorter amounts of time. In most regions of the United States and other areas with similar climates, RSV season generally starts during fall and peaks in the winter. The timing and severity of RSV season in a given community can vary from year to year. How do we prevent RSV? Healthcare providers are encouraged to administer the RSV vaccine to protect infants against severe RSV. Don't save doses for later in the season. More vaccine is expected in early 2024. Vaccines are recommended for use in young children. For healthcare settings with limited supply, learn more about prioritizing doses. This year, CDC has recommended multiple new immunizations to protect those most at risk of getting very sick with RSV: infants, toddlers, and adults 60 years and older. For others who are less likely to get a severe RSV illness, everyday preventative actions can reduce the likelihood of spreading RSV. RSV immunizations are recommended only for these groups. Age 60 and older, 2 RSV vaccines have been licensed by the FDA and recommended by CDC for adults ages 60 and older using shared clinical decision making. Older adults are at greater risk than young adults for serious complications from RSV because immune systems weaken with age. In addition, certain underlying medical conditions may increase the risk of getting very sick from RSV. For pregnant women, only one RSV vaccine has been licensed and recommended during 32 to 36 weeks of pregnancy to protect infants. Getting an RSV vaccine if you are between those weeks of pregnancy during RSV season is important. This vaccine is recommended during September through January for most of the United States because RSV is typically a fall and winter virus. The seasonality of RSV season may vary depending on where you live. Your state, local, or territorial health departments may also recommend different timing for administration for their area. For infants and some young children, an RSV preventive antibody has been licensed and recommended for infants and some young children. There are 2 ways to protect your baby from getting sick with RSV. One is an RSV vaccine given during pregnancy. The other is an RSV immunization that provides antibody to your baby after birth. If you receive RSV vaccine while pregnant, your baby will have protection and in most cases should not need an RSV immunization later. Getting an RSV antibody immunization for your baby if they are younger than 8 months and born during or entering their first RSV season. In rare cases, a healthcare provider may determine a RSV immunization is needed for an infant, even though the mother received an RSV vaccine. There are everyday preventative measures to limit the spread of RSV. You can take measures such as staying home when sick, covering your coughs and sneezes with a tissue or shirt sleeve, not your hands, washing your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, avoid touching your face with unwashed hands, avoid close contact with others such as kissing, shaking hands, and sharing cups and eating utensils. You should also clean frequently touched surfaces such as doorknobs and mobile devices. Thank you.
Hello, it's Dr. Ronald Andrews. I want to talk to you today for a little while about diabetes, how we diagnose it, treat it, and what are the complications involved. So number 1, diabetes, just to make it simple, is when your fasting blood sugar, so your blood sugar before you eat or drink anything in the morning, is 126 or higher. Another way we diagnose diabetes is checking your hemoglobin A1C. If that number is over 6 or 6.5, it's consistent with the diagnosis of diabetes. The main reason that your body develops diabetes is your pancreas, which sits right here at the top of your stomach. It's this inability to process and metabolize sugar or glucose, which comes from carbohydrates. Carbohydrates could be simple sugar that we sprinkle maybe in our coffee or tea, or we bake with, but it also could be rice, pasta. Some people don't realize it, but corn is more of a carbohydrate than it is a vegetable. Bread is another big one that people sometimes don't think about, in addition to cereals and other processed food. So the main thing is, if you're diagnosed with diabetes or want to prevent diabetes, is to decrease your carbohydrate intake, and of course not to forget sugary beverages like sweet tea and sodas and the like. If you have diabetes because you met one of those criteria of your blood sugar being higher than 126 fasting, or an elevated A1C surely over 6.5, then you have to get on first a diabetic diet, which would restrict those carbohydrates out of your diet, and along with increasing your water intake and exercise, because those things in weight loss definitely improve diabetes and your outcome. If you require medicine, which would be the next step after diet and exercise, then what we look for first, if your sugar is not extremely elevated, is for oral anti-diabetic drugs. So you might hear some of the common names like metformin, glimepiride, glyburide, Amaryl, and so on and so forth. But you would have to talk to the doctor about what the best medication is for you. Secondly, everybody thinks about the new class of drugs, which has really been out about 15 years, the GLP-1s. When we talk about GLP-1s, the big one everybody talks about is Ozempic. But there were ones way before Ozempic like Symlin and Byetta, Bydureon, Victoza, Ozempic, and then now Mounjaro are ones that people talk about often lately. People with diabetes like these drugs because in addition to controlling their blood sugar, they actually lose weight. But that doesn't mean that that's the right medicine for everybody. And without insurance coverage, it's extremely expensive, in the range of about $1,000 to $1,200 a month. So it's not a one treatment modality for everybody. So you have to talk to your doctor. Lastly, as far as medications are concerned, is insulin. A lot of times people are scared of insulin. They don't want to take insulin. But insulin is one of the primary drugs to treat diabetes. And everything I'm speaking to you now about is type 2 diabetes, which is the most common. Someone with type 1 diabetes, which usually happens earlier in life, but not always requires insulin, which is why I'm bringing it up now. The main thing of keeping your sugar under control, whether you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, is the complications. And they go from head to toe, from blindness, heart disease, kidney failure, and a lot of people talk about neuropathy. And neuropathy is the pain and tingling at the bottom of your toes, and can lead to another host of problems and complications that you want to prevent if you do have diabetes or become diagnosed with diabetes. So in a nutshell, diabetes is maintaining your sugar level. Sometimes diet and exercise is enough, if not medication is required, because you definitely want to prevent those long-term complications. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Lakeisha Collins Patterson. I'm a family nurse practitioner here to discuss opioid use disorder. Opioids include physical and psychological reliance upon opioids. This is a substance that is found in pain medication commonly prescribed to patients, as well as illicit drugs such as heroin. Opioids can be prescribed for pain, but with prolonged use, the pain medication effects can lessen, and pain sometimes can become worse. Addiction occurs when the dependence upon these medications can interfere with daily activities of life. The U.S. opioid epidemic continues to endanger public health as well as economic growth and national security. Some statistics include the most commonly illicit drug used in our country today is marijuana, with 52.5 million persons using the drug per year. Nearly 2 in 5 young adults use illicit drugs in the past year. 9.2 million people misuse opioids in the year of 2022. And this is a shocker to me. Statistics also show that 1,500 people die per week with opioid use and abuse, making it the leading cause of fatalities in our country. And so if this is not something that, you're commonly hearing, this is something that we need to wake up and talk about. This crisis has become more defined by a drug called fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that is more potent, 50 times more potent than morphine and heroin. Some other drugs contributing to the opioid crisis are oxycodone, hydrocodone, which is commonly referred to as Lortab, heroin, and morphine. As of January 2023 to June 2023, in East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff Department reported 157 deaths related to fentanyl overdose in my parish. That's a significant amount. And some general indicators that you may see with persons living with opioid use disorder may include, but not be limited to, a disheveled appearance. You may or may not see needle marks within the arm, impulsivity, aggression, drowsiness, as well as nodding. Some people may experience a little bit of nodding. But what can we do? What can we do as healthcare providers? What can we do as community partners? What can we do just as people, observing on the street? We can be an active listener. We can be an active listener to the person's experiencing it. We can also provide compassion in an unbiased way. Also, we can try and lead the person, if they are ready, to a healthcare provider who can provide more care for them and, evaluate if they are ready to change. And then also there's a hotline that we can call if we feel that someone is in danger. The number for the national helpline is 1-800-662-4357. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is Dr. Ronnie Whitfield, and this is my son RJ, and I'm also known as the Hip Hop Doc. I'm a family physician born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'm here to talk to you about something that is very, very important: kidney disease. Your kidneys, each the size of a computer mouse, filter all the blood in your body every 30 minutes. They work hard to remove waste, toxins, and excess fluid. They also help control blood pressure, stimulate the production of red blood cells in your body, keep your bones healthy, and regulate chemicals in the blood that are essential to life. Kidneys that function properly are critical for maintaining good health. However, more than 1 in 7 American adults are estimated to have chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease is a condition in which the kidneys are damaged and cannot filter blood as well as they should. Because of this, excess fluid and waste from the body remain in the body and may cause other health problems such as heart disease and stroke. More than 15% of U.S. adults are estimated to have chronic kidney disease. That's about 37 million people. Some of the health consequences of chronic kidney disease include anemia, or low numbers of red blood cells, and an increased chance of getting infections, low calcium levels, high potassium levels, and high phosphorus levels in the blood, loss of appetite or eating less, as well as depression and a lower quality of life. Chronic kidney disease has varying levels of seriousness. It usually gets worse over time, though treatment has been shown to slow its progression. If left untreated, chronic kidney disease can progress to kidney failure and heart disease. When the kidneys stop working, dialysis or kidney transplant is needed for survival. Kidney failure is treated with dialysis or kidney transplant and is called end-stage renal disease. Not all patients with kidney disease progress to kidney failure, however. To help prevent chronic kidney disease and lower the risk for kidney failure, control your risk factors. Get tested yearly, make lifestyle changes, take your medicine as prescribed, and see your healthcare team on a regular basis. Every 24 hours, 366 people begin dialysis treatment in the U.S. Diabetes and high blood pressure are the leading causes of kidney failure, accounting for 3 out of 4 new cases. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. If you have any of these risk factors, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, family history of chronic kidney disease, obesity, you need to get tested. The only way to find out for sure if you have chronic kidney disease is through blood and urine tests. It's your boy, the Hip Hop Doc, and my son RJ. They call me H2D. Come on, y'all, let's get hip hop healthy. Who did it, RJ?
RJ did.
Hello, Baton Rouge community. This is Chantel Jacobs with Pure Mind Counseling and Wellness. Today, as a part of Love Heals Free Clinic Day, we're going to have a conversation about a topic that affects so many of us: depression. Depression is more than just a feeling of sadness. It is a mental health condition that impacts how we think, feel, handle daily activities. It consists of persistent feelings of sadness, low energy, changes in sleep or appetite, a loss of interest in activities, and a sense of hopelessness. Baton Rouge, like any other community, is not immune to the challenges of mental health. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Louisiana was ranked number 8 as the most depressed state in 2021. Approximately 21 adults and 3 million adolescents ages 12 to 17 are impacted by depression. Women have been reported to have much higher rates than men. According to SAMHSA, there is 1 death every 11 minutes due to suicide. These numbers emphasize the importance of addressing mental health within our community. So I'm going to share 6 tips to help with depression. Tip number 1, build a support system. It's one of the most powerful tools against depression. Whether it's friends or family, community groups. Tip number 2, seek professional help. Baton Rouge has a wealth of mental health resources, including therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, clinics, crisis centers, and support groups. If you or someone you know is having feelings of wanting to harm self, you can contact and dial 988 and a team will be ready to support you. Tip number 3, practice relaxation techniques. Take a moment each day to engage in deep breathing. Be present. Take 5 minutes just to pause. Use aromatherapy. Read a book. Meditate and focus on a positive quote or journal your feelings. Tip number 4 is limiting social media. It's a great way for us to connect, but excessive use can contribute to feelings of inadequacy and stress. So consider just setting limits on your social media time and focus on real life connections, like what we're doing now and today. Tip number 5, prioritize your physical activity. Our city has numerous opportunities for outdoor activities like walking and jogging and bike riding, even group fitness classes. And even being outdoors and having exposure to sunlight can give us that natural vitamin D, which helps to enhance our mood. And lastly, tip number 6, establishing healthy boundaries. And so setting those clear boundaries in your personal and professional life. Learning to say no when necessary. And prioritizing activities that align with your values and goals. So as we conclude today, remember that mental health is a journey we all share. So the tips shared today are not a one-size-fits-all. And so individuals may find different strategies that work best for them. So the key here is to prioritize your mental well-being and create a supportive community where everyone feels valued and understood.
Hi, my name is Vicki Wilborn. Baton Rouge, is thank you even enough? From the Baton Rouge Love Heals Clinic, we offer a heartfelt thank you. Your collective efforts have transformed this initiative into a beacon of compassion and care. Volunteers, healthcare professionals, and sponsors, the way you all showed up is unmatched. Thank you so much for your commitment to providing free medical services that not only heal bodies, but touch the spirits of those in our community. Your kindness has created a ripple effect of positivity. Attendees, your trust and openness have made the Baton Rouge Love Heals Clinic a safe space for healing. Remember, your well-being is our mission, and we are grateful for the opportunity to serve you. As we look back on the moments of connection and support, we see the profound impact that love can have on health. Your involvement has been the key ingredient to our success, and we are forever grateful. Baton Rouge, thank you for being the heart and soul of the Baton Rouge Love Heals Clinic. Together, let's continue this journey of healing because love is truly the power to heal. Your presence and support make all the difference in the world.
In 2019, I came into some problems and I was pregnant and I couldn't work no more and I had got sick. When I was sick, they said I had COVID. But when you get tested positive, you have to miss work. And I had to be at home 14 days without pay or nothing. I was dealing with my landlord. I was having problems with the heat. I would have to use the stove and open it up and sit the fan in front of the stove to make the heat circulate. And we would all sleep in one part of the house to stay warm. And I contacted Louisiana Hair Care Connection. And when I got someone, Mr. St. Mary transferred from me to Ms. Shaterica.
So anybody that's experiencing anything like that, that's a major financial hardship when you're the only income that's coming into the house. And she has 4 kids that were dependent on her at that time. So it's been a hard road for her.
To me, I feel like I keep failing my kids. But when I talk to her and I explain the situation, and she tells me, she say, you're not failing your kids. You just try to do whatever you can do to provide for them, and I do. But at the end of the day, it's like we always get the bad part of the stick. When I need somebody to talk to, or somebody to pray for me, or help me, or even when I need some resources or a connection, I could text or I can call her.
That's what I'm here for. And I relate with our members because I could be our member. It only takes a split second.
It's things that other Medicaid companies won't do. Other Medicaid companies, you're just a number. You're a Medicaid number. But with Louisiana Hair Care Connection, they know your name and they take their time to get to know you.
I do want her to know that I am always going to be here for her.
And I really appreciate it every time that you pick up that phone. I really appreciate it. You taught me to pray and stay strong and believe and have faith. And I really appreciate you and I love you.
I love you too. You're more than welcome.